A child left screaming in pain for hours. That's the allegation the attorney for the Boulder terror attack suspect's family is making against immigration and customs enforcement. Mohammed Solomon is accused of throwing Molotov cocktails into a crowd of peaceful demonstrators calling for the release of Israeli hostages. The attack killed one person and injured more than a dozen others. We first told you that Solomon's wife and 5 children were detained by ICE back in June, 2 days after the attack. Federal court documents state that the wife was waiting on a pending work visa, and now they're being held in a detention facility in South Texas. Their attorney claims that on Sunday, the family experienced callous medical neglect. Investigative reporter Natalie Chuck spent all day digging into this, trying to get answers and give you some context about what happened.
It's this post that got us asking questions. The attorney for the family of the Boulder terror attack suspect posted on X that one of the children in ICE custody was experiencing a possibly life-threatening medical emergency. But he says they did not get surgery until about 24 hours after reporting symptoms. In the post, attorney Eric Lee claims ICE delayed the child's transfer to a local hospital. So we reached out to him to find out exactly what he says happened and why he wanted to get this information out into the public.
They're dealing with enough suffering already. I mean, there's been so much suffering in this case from the very beginning, stemming from this horrible attack that took place in Boulder on June 1st. The families of the victims are suffering emotionally, physically. What does it do to them to make this family and its small children suffer for something that they didn't do?
We know Mohammed Solomon's wife, 2 sons, and 3 daughters are being detained in a facility in southern Texas because Denver's ICE detention facility does not house family units. Now, their attorney would not tell us which kid got sick or what they got sick with, and ICE cannot tell us that information because of privacy laws. So here's a breakdown of what the attorney says happened. Lee says at around 9:30 in the morning on Sunday, the family reported the sick child symptoms to employees at the detention facility. He says it wasn't until several hours later, after the child collapsed and started throwing up, that they took the child and mom to a medical facility. We mapped this out for you. It's about a 6-minute drive to the medical clinic, which is not run by ICE. It's a public medical clinic in rural Texas. According to the attorney, they needed to transfer the child to a bigger hospital that was more than an hour away in San Antonio. But he says it was 6 hours before an ambulance was able to pick them up and take them to that hospital. Then they waited about 12 more hours for surgery.
There's absolutely no reason why it should take 6 hours to get an ambulance to a facility when a child is going through an emergency that could impact their entire future health.
What power does ICE have when it comes to an ambulance's response to an urgent care?
I think that would be a question for ICE, but when ICE is legally responsible for someone's health because they are in their custody, it is their obligation to make sure that that person's cries for help are not ignored.
The family is being held at the South Texas Family Residential Center in Dilley, Texas. We wanted to know more about the conditions at this facility, so we looked it up. These are some of the photos and videos that have been taken inside, and these images are public and provided by the U.S. Department of Defense. The facility in Texas can hold up to 2,400 people. It reopened earlier this year after it closed in 2024 under the Biden administration. We are still waiting on a statement from ICE about what happened, but again, they cannot comment on the specific health conditions of detainees because of those privacy laws, but we will update you when we hear back. For Denver 7 Investigates, I'm Natalie Chuck.